Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. NBA playoff bracket. If the season ended today, where would Warriors fall? Even with their recent losses to the Atlanta Hawks and Miami Heat, the Golden State Warriors still stand in sole possession of the 6th seed in the Western Conference with just 10 games remaining in the regular season after spending a large part of their season mired in mediocrity. Golden State's trade for Jimmy Butler at the deadline has revitalized them on both ends of the floor. The Warriors are 16-5 in their last 21 games, and with the tight race in the West are still an outside chance to even reach home court advantage for the first round of the playoffs. Unsurprisingly, a chunk of Golden State's upcoming schedule will serve as a sort of playoff preview, with matchups against the Memphis Grizzlies, Los Angeles Lakers, Denver Nuggets and Houston Rockets coming next week. With how Golden State had been playing prior to their last two games, they must like their odds against any of these teams. Yet if the season were to end today, the Warriors would be in line for a tough matchup against the Denver Nuggets, Oklahoma City Thunder 1 vs Minnesota Timberwolves 8, Houston Rockets 2 vs LA Clippers 7, Denver Nuggets 3 vs Golden State Warriors 6, Memphis Grizzlies 4 vs Los Angeles Lakers 5, led by superstar center and 3x MVP Nikola Jokic. The Nuggets have been putting up another solid season and currently sit third in the Western Conference, while they are only 2 games behind the Houston Rockets for the second seed. It is more likely that a team like the Los Angeles Lakers, who now have LeBron James back, make a run at the highest available seed behind the juggernaut Oklahoma City Thunder. However, if the Nuggets were to hold their position, the Warriors could be in trouble in the first round. They are 0-2 against the Nuggets this season, having lost both games by a combined margin of 13 points. Even in their recent matchup, when the Nuggets were missing Jokic, Jamal Murray and Christian Braun, Golden State came out flat on defense and allowed a ridiculous 38 points to forward Aaron Gordon. While their solid perimeter defense could limit the effectiveness of the streaky Murray and Michael Porter Jr., their lack of a true defensive center could prevent them from containing Jokic. A death spell for the Warriors already in recent years. Denver has now won 9 games in a row against Golden State, with the latter's last victory coming in the first round of the 2022 playoffs. While the Nuggets only hold the 10th best net rating in the league this season, their pace has improved since the All-Star break, and they could certainly threaten a team like the Thunder in the Western Conference Finals. Golden State Valkyries make historic announcement before inaugural WNBA season. The WNBA has been gaining in popularity for several seasons now, and after a record year in 2024, the league is expanding to new cities. San Francisco was their first city to be awarded an expansion franchise in the modern era of the W, and the Golden State Valkyries are set to take the court for their inaugural season in 2025. They'll be sharing the Chase Center with the NBA's Golden State Warriors this year, and season ticket requests have already been pouring in. In fact, so many requests have already been made that the league's newest franchise has set a WNBA record before their first official season even began on Wednesday. The Golden State Valkyries became the first team in WNBA history to sell 10,000 season tickets in a single year, according to ESPN. The city of San Francisco has been basketball crazed over the last decade or so due to the success of the Warriors, but nobody could have anticipated this kind of support for a new team in their first season. This community has shown up and then some to create this milestone, said Valkyries president Jess Smith. This is something that we knew was possible and really just signifies the beginning of our journey in a way that will set a trajectory for the WNBA moving forward. A historic announcement like this can absolutely change the trajectory of the league and encourage fans from all around the country and next year Canada to invest in their women's professional sports teams. The Valkyries also announced that they took $22 deposits for season tickets, but they are still surfing through the list to confirm buyers. Single game ticket sales have not even opened yet, and the Valkyries are already one of the hottest tickets in town. They'll field exciting players like Kate Martin, Tiffany Hayes, Julie Van Loo and Tammy Fagball in their opening season, which is sure to keep fans excited all year long. Head coach Natalie Nays and her team will go through some growing pains in the first few years as a young franchise, but with such a strong fan base it could attract free agents that speed up this process. It is an exciting time for the WNBA and their newest franchise. Let's hope every team can get this kind of support from their local fan base this season. Andrew Wiggins gets revenge over Warriors. Felt good to get the win. Andrew Wiggins may have been overshadowed by the Jimmy Butler storyline, but his own quiet revenge narrative played out just as poetically in the Miami Heat's dominant 112-86 win over the Golden State Warriors, facing his former team for the first time since being traded at the deadline. Wiggins didn't light up the scoreboard, but he made his presence felt everywhere else and didn't hold back in his post-game comments. Speaking at the podium after the game, Wiggins offered a calm but pointed message when asked about what it meant to face the Warriors. "I mean, it felt good. It was a friendly competition at the highest level. I spent a lot of years there. It was a great organization. I loved it there. I felt like I'd better get the win." It was a mature and composed answer from a player who had every right to feel extra motivation. Wiggins had 6 strong seasons with the Warriors and was a key part of their 2022 championship team that year. He wasn't just a role player, he was their best perimeter defender, an all-star and the second most impactful player behind Stephen Curry during their finals run. But with age, contracts and injuries piling up in Golden State, Wiggins was one of the casualties of their roster reshuffle when they made the aggressive move for Jimmy Butler. Now in Miami, Wiggins has rediscovered his rhythm since the trade. He's been averaging 20.2 points, 4.0 rebounds and 3.2 assists per game, shooting 46.9% from the field and 36.9% from beyond the arc. His ability to create his own shot, play within the offense and defend at a high level has been crucial for a Heat team desperate for stability after a rough mid-season stretch against the Warriors. Wiggins didn't have his most efficient night offensively, finishing with 10 points on 4 of 13 shooting, but his all-around impact was undeniable. He added 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals and 3 blocks, showcasing his trademark defensive versatility and athleticism on a night when Miami torched Golden State with a red-hot shooting display and relentless pressure. Wiggins' energy and toughness were invaluable despite the lopsided scoreline. Golden State showed respect after the game. The Warriors posted a tribute to Wiggins on social media. The tweet featured Wiggins sharing a post-game hug with several former teammates, a reminder of the mutual respect that still lingers even after the breakup for the Warriors. The loss marked their second straight defeat, and without Stephen Curry their offense looked directionless. Butler struggled mightily and the supporting cast failed to find rhythm against a Heat team that looked rejuvenated and focused. For Wiggins, the win wasn't just about proving anything, it was about showing that he still belongs, that he still impacts winning at a high level, and that the next chapter of his career in Miami might be just as meaningful as the one he left behind in San Francisco. And you fan, what do you think about Andrew Wiggins' situation? Write to us in the comments.